Alright guys, Kazoo71 here. ARK Ascended on Valguero. Came out yesterday, last night about 7:15, 7:20, sometime about that time. Downloaded, it took me about 5 minutes. 2 downloads, about 5 minutes a piece on the PC. So I want to do a quick fly around. I recorded this last night and I'm going to put this out this morning. So just kind of show you guys a quick fly around. Some of the key points I always go look at. I'm going to skip some of the things when I get kind of turned around and stuff like that, but I did put on some cheats there. God mode, infinite stats, fly. Also turned off the clouds and the fog so you guys can see what we're doing. I started on the little islands, the small islands, and what they did on one of the small islands is they put this castle here. Pretty cool. Since I'm playing single player, if I play this thing, I'm probably just going to build right here and just keep it here because I like building in this area. It's pretty cool. It's one of my spots. Look at Quetzal already right in the sun. That's pretty cool. Anyway, the little castle in here is kind of dark in here. You can build in here. I've put some stuff in here. After this, I went and played it a little bit. Sorry about that. I bumped the mic. And then I put a couple of things in here. You can build somewhat in there. It's not like the greatest place in the world. But we're just going to scroll around here, look at some different things. Head towards the... What the heck is that? Oh, I leveled up. I got a skill level for moving. So over here on the beach, there's usually some turtles and dolphins. We're going to check that out, make sure they're there. Beehives usually around this area too. There's one of the dead turtles there. So those are still there. Let's see if there's the dolphins right there. So cool. These are still here. It's somebody was making comments that they were saying in the video, the trailer. I didn't even watch the trailer yet. That this looked a lot different than the regular Valguero. To me, it just is Ascended. But Valguero's pretty much the same, man. There's not a lot of differences. If you fly around, I played Valguero a lot. It's one of my maps I have on my my servers that we play on. And this pretty much looks the same, man. I know this map really, really well. Different locations and different places. Even if I get turned around, I still know where I'm at. So just kind of looking up here, I was seeing if there's any Argentavis nest up here or anything. Because originally they were supposed to put Argentavis nest on them, but I didn't see them. So let's jump into snow a little bit here. So there's 3 new creatures on this map. The Deinonychus, which is the standard one that used to be on the ARK Survival Evolved when it released on Valguero. And then the Elder Claw and the Mega Raptor. I did not see an Elder Claw or a Mega Raptor on this. Now the Elder Claw is only if you had the Fantastic Tames. Got to pay for that one. I'm not going to cover that. I haven't tamed a single one of those Fantastic Tames yet. Back here behind this obelisk, there is a spot back here one of my daughters built on. Let's just go see if it's still, yep, still here. Still looks the same, man. This is no different than it was. I mean, a lot of these places are exactly the same. They did change a little bit, and I'll show you guys what I mean when I get in this cave over here. There is the crystal cave and metal cave that is one of the entrances to the deep underwater. It's right up in this area here in the tundra. So we're just going to check it out here. I'm going to look for it. It's in this water. There's usually beavers in here. Velanosaurs, but I don't know if they have them on here. That was with a mod. So originally they were in gas bags and stuff like that. So I had to add them back. But we're going to find this thing. We're going to find this waterfall. It's over here. It's right there. I'm facing it just to the right. Right there. There we go. Let's go check it out. So here's the waterfall. They did change this. It looks a little different. Not much different, but a little. And that is not, it's the bottom part you got to go in. There's also a top entrance too, which I didn't check out. So, but you go to the bottom of these waterfalls, there's 2 entrances in these guys. So I'm just going one. We're going to check it out. And you can see they put a lot of purple crystals in here, but the crystals are still here. And the entrances to the underwater. And then back here should be some metal and crystal, which it is. Not a ton as it used to be. This was like the place to harvest, man. This is off limits on my server. Let's go underwater here. Let's go to the deep underwater. Hopefully I don't get lost down here too much. They put a lot of more stalactites and stalagmites or columns, whatever you want to call them. They're kind of connecting and stuff. But this is a little different under here, guys. So they did change this a little bit. Normally what you do is you'd come in here in that little spot and you'd go just a few feet and it would open up to a huge cavern. Now that cavern is not huge. It's more condensed. And this is one of the little pathways that I thought was going to go somewhere. There's usually another exit, but it ended up being a dead end. Now, I may be missing that other exit over here somewhere. I don't know. I ended up coming down here 3 times, and I cut all that out. So back to the middle. I found the middle column. This is that middle pathway. I know that other exit, one of the 3 exits, is around here somewhere. So we're going to try to find it. There's an Alpha Tuso right there. So but that is that path, the wrong path I just showed you again. Actually, that path, if you follow it, it might be the one that goes to the other exit again. But it's got to be here somewhere in this middle column. Just really dark. The water's not as clear as it used to be. Look, I'm going up. I found it. Okay, so it's not as clear as it used to be when you go underwater with the cheats, because it's dark underwater. It's really kind of gloomy looking. And no, I didn't change the gamma or anything. I'm using it normal. Look, you can see through the mesh. So it's got to be here somewhere, though. I did not cheat Ghost. I don't want to do that. I just want to show you guys around. There it is. Aha! See the light? I see the light! We are scopied. Escape. Spelled like escape. From Dory. I love Dory. All right, anyway, so flying around here, guys, we're just going to head towards this way. Back towards the red obelisk. I just want to see a little bit of this area here. Between the red and the tundra, there should be that other castle. Well, let's look at the oil cave real quick. The oil cave is in the tundra. This, just so you guys know, is a little glitch. Look at this. Yep, where's the rest of the map? And I stayed here for a bit. That should have been plenty of time for this thing to fill in. So, a little bit of a glitch there in the oil cave. Hopefully they'll fix that. I wouldn't want to fall off the map there. And then back here, there should be another castle fortress type thing. Yep, and originally it looked like they were going to build something back here in the Evolve, but never did. There's a little room here, nothing really here. So I don't think they're going to put anything back here. So let's get out of here. Let's head around this area. There's a couple of spots up here that I like to look at. I could not find on a quick flight through what I call my metal mountain. It's where I harvest a bunch of metal. I was in the right area. I just didn't see it. So it's usually right there below me. I just flew over it. That's where it should be. Look at this. This is new. That wasn't here before. And then a nice little waterfall. I think they had a waterfall here before, but not like that. They changed it a little bit. There's the red obelisk. Over here against the wall should be a metal ledge right this way. And this gets close to... Oh, let me turn around. Sorry, I'm kind of flipping around here. This mountain right here is where the griffins are. And the Argentavis, and there's the metal ledge right there is what I call it. I put a trap there for Argentavis, and there's usually metal and crystal there. And here's the Argys, Rexes, everything spawn up here. Usually the griffins too. I didn't see any griffins, but I'm pretty sure the griffins are on this map. I don't think you got to add them. I think they're automatically on. Anyway, I was trying to look at that level. I couldn't see it. It's a pretty bird. So over here is the spider. Let's find the spider. Well, look at that Quetzal. That's cool. Hello, Quetzal. There it is. Spider right there. All right, just go down here. So this is still the same area. Nothing's changed. Pathway in here. Yep. They got bats out here in the open now. They put bats in the open on the maps now. I think that's kind of a little weird, but it's okay. Here's that spot that I built out on my server right here. And then there's that little column thing that people like to build around too. So we're going to fly this way, and there's that little lake still there. Cool. And then here you have the plains area and the white cliffs or whatever. And this is where you're going to first see the Deinonychus. This is where they spawn at. Let's see if we can find some. There are raptors. Where you at? There they are. There's a Deinonychus. I see you. Little feathers. What's up, dude? Welcome back to ARK. What we got? What's that? Oh, it's a baby something. Yeah, I don't care about them. Hello. All right, let's head this way. Let's go up top here. I just want to check it out. We'll fly around up top here. There's another castle up here. We're going to see these metals up here as well. There's a couple of metal cliffs that I like to harvest up here between the redwoods. Oh, there's that little cut that goes in that little hole in the ground. There's some metal spots that spawn up there too. Just want to see if they were up here or not. But I didn't see them. They're right here. Right there where I'm facing. I keep spinning around. But there's a metal mountain, little bump or rock here. It's covered in metal, and I didn't see it. I flew around in here. Let's see if I show it on this video. I think I did. Yeah, I'm going to fly around here just a little bit trying to look for it. But it's usually right here. That's where another player is building out on my server right there. I just was facing. But I don't see this metal rock. And what I mean by a rock, it's a little bitty tiny hill covered in metal. It's got to be in here. They just covered in trees and stuff. It's hard to see. So here's where, yep, cool. This is where another player of mine is building right there on my server. On ARK Survival Evolved. So we check out this way and see there's another good metal spot over here. I just want to see if that's here. Get a little turned around here. Deinonychus do spawn in this area here. Right there. I'm just facing it. That's the metal spot. Yeah. It's not as covered as it was. It had a ton of metal in ARK Survival Evolved. It looks like they stripped it down a little bit. I'll get to it in just a second. We're just kind of looking around up here at the area. Back down here. And like I said, right there is where I'm facing at. That's it. Let's go over here and look because I was confused, and we'll come back to it. Because it wasn't a lot, so it was hard for me to realize that that was the right spot. But I know the spot really well. Look, there's a nest right there. Look at little Deinonychus. Look how little that egg is in this big giant nest. That's pretty funny, man. They changed the nest. They look like a regular old big nest now with a bunch of bones, and it's kind of funny. Yeah. Okay. Didn't take it. I'm not playing this. I'm going to delete my character and start over because I don't want to do that. But here's the metal spot right here with the obsidian and metal. But as you can see, there's not as many nodes here. There were tons of nodes here before, man. There's just very little now. Can't believe that they did that. But that's okay. That's all right. And then under here, there's usually some Deinonychus down here under this bridge. There's also another castle over here. It's kind of a broken up castle. And there it is right there. You see a moth flying. And inside here, you can build in here as well. Kind of a crappy area to build, but you can. Deinonychus spawn right here as well. Bunch of nests, usually up in this area, like 4 of them. I didn't stay to look. I was just checking these guys out. I tame these guys. I grab the eggs. I don't do nothing with them. Now, the other thing right here is right here on this ledge is where one of the artifacts is, but I don't see it. So I looked around up here quite a bit, and I don't see the artifact. So either I'm missing it or they moved it. So that was the easiest artifact on the game on Valguero was that one. Once you could fly, but man, it's not here. So I don't know. They must have moved it. So let's just let's move on. Let's go check out this other water spot here. A lot of people like this little spot. It's pretty cool looking. Little island in the middle of a lake with waterfalls all around it. Check out once again. Let me just look, make sure. Artifact should be right there. It's not. So who knows? All right, let's fly this way. Let's get in these woods over here. Trees. There's another castle over here, and this is where the Elder Claw, I think, is supposed to spawn. Not sure about the Mega Raptor where it's going to spawn at, but the Elder Claw I think is supposed to spawn in these trees, according to what I was reading about the Elder Claw when they were releasing. There's that little pathway you can get into it. There's another cave under here under the castle. Follow that little trench. Not going to do all that stuff. Like I said, I'm just looking around. I just want to show you guys the map, what it looks like, and what they did to it. Like I mentioned earlier, someone said the trailer made it look like it was a lot different, but it's not a lot different. To me, it's not. This looks a little different right here. There are some changes, but yeah. I love ARK. Don't get me wrong, man. ARK is my most played game, and then ARK Survival Ascended is my 3rd most played game. Only surpassed by Satisfactory, because I haven't. This one will pass it up because I've been playing it a lot. But Satisfactory is just a tedious game that I like. Good picture right there. Probably use that for my screenshot, my thumbnail. Here's a swamp area, guys. Some beehives spawn up in here as well, so you can get them up here. All the swamp creatures are in this area. There's that little bridge. It's always been there. It looks the same. Little structure there. Other mountain here with some metal on it to my left. And then, yep, not much of a difference. What's that? Is that an alpha? Oh, that's the Serena, whatever. That other dino that looks like a corno. Yeah, right there. A bunch of these guys up in here. So there's a other little water area here that, another player on my server was building by. So, yep. So we're going to head on over towards the Wyvern Trench now. Let's go check it out. Let's go look at the Ice Wyverns and the Fire Wyverns. That's the 2 that spawn on here. Argentavis in this area as well. A bunch of mammoths and stuff. Let's get on in the trench. There it is right there. Yeah, a bunch of wyverns. Hello. Nope, you can't hurt me. I'm in God mode. In for the stats. Too bad. Let's go in this side here. Hello. And let's see if we can get to the fire ones. It's kind of hard when I'm doing the fly thing because you go too fast and it's like I want to go slow and look, but I keep flying around too fast, man. I got to slow down. They sped it up. It used to be a little slower. But there's a fire wyvern. So they spawn in here. You're going to get nests in here. There's also an artifact in here, too, on the bottom of the fire trench. I'm just looking right here to see. I'm going to go over here. This is where it's usually at, on the bottom of this bigger area over here. Once we get in an opening, right down here. But I don't see it. It's on one of these little islands on the bottom. Don't right there. That's where it usually spawns, right on that little island. It's not there. So I think they either moved them or they're glitching because I don't see them. I'm not seeing the other exit over here. So we're just going to head back to the first exit and go out that one. I don't want to stay down here and look too long and bore you guys. There are 2 exits to this thing, one on each side of the ice wyvern trench. But we're just going to go out the one we came in, get out of here, and move on to the next area and check out some more stuff. A couple more things. We still got that look at the aberration area. Again, someone mentioned to me that the aberration area was like, they added a bunch to it, but I don't know, man. I still didn't see much difference. So let's go over there. I did see a Reaper King, though, guys, or Reaper Queen or King. I don't know, King. I'm not sure. So if the Reapers are on here, that's cool. I didn't see a Rock Drake. I see where the Rock Drake nests are supposed to be, but I don't know if they added the Rock Drakes to it or not. So we'll go check it out. Just fly around this other area here. Look real quick. There's a bunch of crystal up here. This is a bad area, too. A lot of Rexes and Gigas and stuff spawn up here. So, yep. Let's go check it out. We're going to head this way, and we are going to go find the Aberration Zone in just a second here. I'm just looking at the last couple of areas here, just kind of get an idea of these, what they look like. Usually set an RG trap right about here. There's a lot of Argentavis here. On the backside of this mountain is the loot cave. I should have went in there and looked, but I didn't. So, let's head over here, and let's go find that Aberration Zone real quick. I want to look at the beach real quick on the white cliff side. I forgot to look at that, so let's check it out. Yep. This is one of the spawn areas, kind of one of the easier ones on these cliffs, but not easy with those guys there. I hate those things. All right, let's go find the Aberration Zone. It's on this second little waterway. It's right up here to the... Oh, hold on, I'm facing the wrong way. To the right, there you go. Head the right way. It's right in here. Here we go. This is one of the 2 entrances to the aberration area. Let's fly in here. Oops. There it is right there. All right. I'm going to go in here, guys. We're going to check it out and see what's different about it. There's the map, so you see where I'm at. Real quick map, but you guys know where this is. If you played Valguero before, you know exactly where this is. Nothing's changed. Everything's in the same place. They did change this. A lot of crystal in here. It does look different. It's kind of weird looking. A lot of trees and overgrowth makes it really annoying. And then we're going to go down this path here. Head down to the open area. And I'm going to turn around and make sure I don't get lost in here. So we're going to look at this spot. Make sure I know exactly what it looks like when I come out. Yep. Still the same crystal kind of area here. So it's pretty obvious where you get out. There's a pillar in the middle of this open area. I'm pointing at it like you guys can see. But there's a big pillar in the middle, and that's where the gotchas spawn when you have the gotchas on here. But I don't think they put all them dinos on here. So have to add them again. Yep. Carcinos spawn down here. Spinos. I didn't see a single Carcinos. I saw some Spinos, and I'll show you guys in a minute. Up here, they changed this just a little bit. This area looks a little bit different, not much. There's a bunch of Spinos. I don't remember this water being right here. So this area looks a little different than it did. Unless I flew past and they just changed the other area and it just looks different. I don't think so. I think it's different. And here's that little look like a portal area. Here's the middle part I'm talking about to the right of me right here. Usually a lot of things spawn up there, the shine horns and stuff, but I am not seeing any Carcinos. I was hoping I could at least see one, show you guys that they are on the map. They should be on the map. Let's go into the radiation zone. Let's just head over here. Here's the radiation area. It's where you got to have a hazmat suit on if you come down here. But this is where the rock drakes were originally. We put them back on ARK Survival Evolved. But there's the nest areas right there. And I don't see any nests. I don't see any rock drakes either. There is an artifact down here. There's no rock drake nest. But look, there's black pearls here. Let's grab one and make sure. Yep, black pearls. Cool. All right, that's cool. Good to know. And then there is a Reaper. Look at that. Interesting. There were not Reapers on the other one. Well, there were originally, but they took them off. And here's an artifact right here. So as we all know, there's one there. And there's more rock drake nest that should be there. And then to this other side, let's see if I turn around and go down there. Right down here, there's some. But nothing. I don't see any rock drakes or rock drake nests. So maybe they didn't put them on. It's a bummer. They should. I don't know why they're not, man. They should have had them on here. They were originally on here. So let's get out of this Aberration Zone, guys. But that's a kind of a quick fly around. Just want to check everything out. Show you guys the underwater, the ice, the wyverns, the Aberration Zone. So I've played this map so much. It's there's so many new maps out. I don't know how excited I am about this one, but it's pretty cool. It looks like the original, just a little different. Changed it for Ascended. So if you guys like the video, please like, subscribe. I do these all the time, but appreciate you guys watching. If you got any comments, please make them. Tell me how you're liking Valguero. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.